What is going on?
After 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks we've been gone.
Oh, 3 weeks.
Yeah. So what? All right, what's going on, guys? So I'm Jason Sohail.
And my name is Anna.
And we are here to give you guys the weekly Ninja Turtle news for our podcast, Turtle Recall.
Yay!
Yeah! We've been out for a while for the holidays, but this week we are back. And this Thursday, our podcast, our full podcast will come out, and we'll be talking about the episode Green with Jealousy. And that's me clearing my throat. I'm sorry about that. That's what you guys came here for. Jason clearing his throat. But, alright, so we're going to get to news. There's been so we were out for a few weeks, so there's been a lot of news that came out. So we're going to talk about some of the stuff that we missed that happened in the past few weeks, but we're not going to talk about everything because that's a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And some of the stuff that we did miss, we may pick up and talk about it in some of the upcoming weeks. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about, and it's a really big one, we're going to talk about Neca. We're not going to talk about everything that Neca revealed, because that's a huge chunk of it, but we are going to talk about a lot of their stuff.
Oh.
So, I believe they released this picture right before Christmas. I want to say, because I want to say I was at my parents' house. When they released this picture. And so what we're looking at right now is Neca did this like this vintage TMNT. I don't like to call it vintage. I'm sick, because if I call it vintage, that means that
You're vintage.
Yes, exactly. So this classic Playmates card back kind of style of their figures that's coming out, and they reveal is coming out. As I was saying, they revealed this image, and it had a lot of the figures that we've seen, and some of the ones that were announced before, like the Turtles in Disguise. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we've kind of just cut off like some of that, but you can still see them over there. And the Turtles in Disguise, was cool about them. Like, a lot of people were wondering if it's going to be the light green Turtles or the dark green Turtles. It is going to be the dark green Turtles. The closer
so you got the picture, or they?
No, I got the picture.
Because you don't want to spoil it.
No, I want to focus on the new characters,
okay.
on the new toys. But the turtle. The most important thing about the Turtles in Disguise that they revealed is that not only is coming with the white heads, like, you know, those alien heads.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. They're also going to come with new heads for the turtles, so they're going to have like new expressions, and and you'll be able to actually like swap out the heads and the mouths.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And so that's going to be cool. So if you have the dark screen turtles, you're going to have some more heads for those turtles to have, which is good.
That would be awesome for those who do the toy photography.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, those people. And your awesome talent. I can't wait to see you what they do with that. But let's talk about the what I felt like is the big reveal is what they revealed, the 4 punk frogs.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. The punk frogs, they are coming. They're actually cartoon accurate, which is like pretty much the only one that was cartoon accurate from the Playmates was like Genghis. Because if you remember Napoleon did not look like...
Yes.
Right.
I'm so happy that they actually look like what originally was in the cartoon.
Yes. And most importantly, this is the very first time that Rasputin has gotten an action figure ever. Because...
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he never got an action figure in the original toys. In the original toys, it was only Napoleon and Genghis. And then in the 2012 series, it was Napoleon and Attila. So Rasputin was always like left out. Other reveal is they revealed Ace Duck, and do you remember Ace Duck?
I'm Sure.
he was on the TV for like 3 seconds. And they made an action figure of him because that episode is the only episode that he is in, but he's a very popular toy.
Oh, really? Why he's so popular?
He was one of the early ones.
Uh-huh.
He was one of those figure. And like, I mean, I know a lot of people were like, oh, we can't wait to see him in the show, and then just kind of gets disappointed that he was like not really in the show. He was just a TV character that they didn't really talk about. So, but yeah, he's going to be in there, and they did reveal that that he basically has the same body mold as Vernon, like like that's how like they're making him to make it like faster. Right. Pack, but they haven't revealed who he's going to be paired with. And no, me being completely honest, because I don't have any attachments to A-Stuck. He was, and no, me being completely honest, because I don't have any attachments to A-Stuck. He wasn't really much in the show. Yeah. Like I'm just curious on who they're gonna plan to pair him with, and whoever they plan to pair him with, that will be my decision if I get him or not. He's definitely one I'm like probably the least excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just me personally. I know a lot of people have other opinions.
I'm excited about the frogs.
Right. And then the last one is Chrome Dome. And he's over in the villain side. They revealed him, and in the Foosh podcast, they actually show that he's actually big, and he's actually taller than the recent Krang figure that we just got.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's taller than that?
Yeah, he's taller than that.
Oh my god, so it should be very big.
Right, exactly.
I think it's one of the tallest toys that they ever made.
Probably. I'm like, I have not had a chance, because we just got Krang, I haven't had a chance to compare Krang with Super Shredder. If I had to guess, I'm guessing Chrome Dome is going to be as tall as Super Shredder. If I had to guess there.
But do you like these tall figures?
Yeah, no, I do. So so Chrome Dome is kind of a special case. I mean, I do like the tall figures because they want to try to make it accurate from the show. Chrome Dome is a very special case. When his first episode, Chrome Dome was like huge. And then the second episode he comes in, he's like the size of the turtles. Okay. So like the show made his size inconsistent. But you know, speaking of Chrome Dome, because he is available. He is available for pre-order. At, I think in the UK. I think the site was called Metro Comics. But these are
Has a computer?
Yeah. He has a computer. Totally looks different from the computer that Baxter has from that recent release. You know, he has his gun, he has his blaster, he has his swords. He even has the belts that he had from and I believe that was from Planet of the Turtleoids. When he had like that special. It's either that or the other episode he was in. But he has those. He's definitely an ultimate figure. So another that's also going to be that's available in pre-order right now from. So we know that Chrome Dome and Muckman are going to be ultimate figures. They've also revealed that Mondo Gekko is going to be another ultimate figure, and he's coming with Kerma. No. That is not his grandmother. That is Kerma, from the episode Planet of the Turtleoids. It's an episode. It's gonna take you a while to get there. It's like I think it's gonna be like another year until we get there in the podcast, because this is season 5 of that character. In fact, Mondo Gekko is also, I believe, season 5. He's either season 5 or season 4. I want to say he's season 5. But yeah.
I have a special respect for Mondo Gekko because this is the first character that I get to know.
Right, exactly. Yes, because our first video was actually about the 2012 Mondo Gekko episode. Yes. But Manu Gekko, surprisingly, is coming with Kurma, even though those two characters have nothing related to each other. They never appeared in an episode together. But also, he comes with his skateboard, as he should. He also comes with a plain-looking gecko. He comes with some C4, a blaster, and also like a bag, because he was a thief. Yeah. And the other pre-order from Metro Comics that's available, again, Metro Comics is a UK store, is the 2-pack, and actually I wanted to get into this because we didn't actually get into this when we talked about the frogs. So what Neca revealed with the frogs when they did the Foosh podcast like over the holidays is that the frogs are not coming in a 4-pack. They're actually going to come in 2 2-packs. And the 2-packs are actually going to be separate. They're not going to release it at the same time. What they want to avoid consumer confusion. So they're going to release 2 frogs first, and then wait for like a release in between there, and then release the other 2 frogs. And so because of Metro Comics pre-order links, we know that the first 2 frogs we're getting are Napoleon and Rasputin. So they're going to be the first 2-pack. Napoleon actually comes with his fake nose and mustache and glasses. Well, the glasses aren't really fake. I mean, but like, you know what I mean, though. But he comes with his disguise that he wears, and there's an episode in that's coming up that will like that he comes in and he actually wears that disguise.
Cute.
And
I really want to have these frogs.
Yes. I know you're excited about the frogs. Each frog are going to come with 2 alternate heads. So, like, you know, they have like a friendly head, and then they have like this, I want to say action head, but it looks more like a worried
surprise.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want to say. It's more of a surprised head.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, the frogs, like, they're also coming with like
communicating.
Well, they're coming with the communicators, because you remember at the end of the episode, Donatello gave them the communicator when they went back to Florida. Again, we found out that there's a sewer that goes from New York to Florida. But no, the one I wanted to point out was that they're coming with the frogs like pre-mutated, like the little tiny frogs. So that's like really interesting. It's just funny with Rasputin, because he comes with like, we're right now looking at the picture, and he has like 4 arrows, and only one of them is like an explosive arrow, because at that one time when like Leonardo asked him, "Hey, we need you to blow up that part in the sewer."
You remember? I'm glad you remember all these details.
You're right. So these guys are coming. And you know what I'm actually really happy about the punk frogs coming.
What?
I'm actually going to know like their names. Like I will not know their names. I know their names. I will actually know
which one is
which one is which one. Because before I saw this image, I really thought Napoleon had the bullwhip. I did not know Napoleon had the axe. Only reason I remember Rasputin had the arrows is only because Leonardo says his name and he shot arrows.
So one of the mystery of your life will be...
Yes, one of the mystery of my life will be finally solved. And because, like, I'm gonna be honest, the punk frogs, they didn't really give them much of a characteristics. Like, they're all kind of collective.
What are you talking about? They have so much characteristic.
Well, they do, but not individualism. They're pretty much all the same. All right. But that's what's going on with them. So some other NECA news that actually was revealed today. So Rat King and Vernon, they have released. They informed us on Instagram that it's going to be the first of the 2021 wave. So when it's coming out, not too sure. I'm gonna guess probably towards the end of the month. I know NECA wants to do it like where each month there's a new figure, a new release for Ninja Turtles. So that should be our next one, is going to be Rat King and Vernon. And this totally, NECA them announcing like this totally means that my theory on Krang and Splinter and Baxter was completely debunked. Because I thought that they were supposed to come out in 2021, and they're, and I said, oh, they just threw it out there just because they wanted stock in shelves. NECA has not they have not came out and said like what happened with them and why they got released early, but yeah, we should be seeing Vernon and Rat King pretty soon. Really excited about that because I can't wait for Vernon.
Yes, Vernon.
Oh my gosh, Vernon is awesome, and you should totally check out their Instagram. They have some really cool poses, especially with Vernon actually talking to. They have some things that they have Vernon and April together. Looks really cool. I'll definitely show you after our recording.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. So the last bit of NECA news I want to talk about today. That's not it. That's not NECA. All right. The last bit of NECA news I want to talk about today.
Isn't you got this one?
Yes, I did get this one. So right now we're looking at a picture of the Triceraton infantrymen. They stated on Instagram today that starting next week, restocks of the following Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 7-inch scale action figures will be hitting Target stores. And those figures are Dragon Granitor 2-pack, Zarax and Zork 2-pack, Triceraton Infantryman, and Roadkill Rodney 3-pack. So if you missed those figures, they're coming back to Target. So hopefully, and especially the holidays came and gone, and most of the collectors like myself has already gotten these. So if you missed them, hopefully you have a better chance of getting them. And that's pretty much all we're gonna get into NECA for this week. There's still a lot more NECA stuff out there, and one thing I do want to notice, and I meant to talk about it earlier, and I totally blame the internet thing, but I want to make sure that we talk about this, and we'll probably go in full detail about it next week. NECA revealed that they're making a party wagon.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're making a party wagon, and it's gonna have sound, and I think they said lights in it too. Yeah. So cool. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that next week because there was so many other stuff to go through. I wanna make sure we have a thing to dedicate for the party wagon.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no pictures or anything to reveal about that yet, but that's not gonna stop us from talking about it.
Yes, exactly.
All right. But that's it for everything with NECA for this week. Like I said, there was a lot of NECA stuff that happened while we're gone. So and next week we're 100% we're going to be talking about the party wagon. I really want to get into that. All right. So the next bit of news, actually, we're going to talk about these guys. Remember these guys? Yeah. All right, we're looking at the picture of the Rise of Ninja Turtles. And the reason why we're talking about the Rise of Ninja Turtles,
they look happy.
They look happy. That is because the official TMNT Twitter account has came out and gave us a brief summary of the movie, and it's coming this year, 2021. We don't have an actual release date, but we know it's coming this year.
Oh.
Right, and so I'm just going to read out the summary for you guys. When a mysterious stranger arrives from the future with a dire warning, Leo is forced to rise and lead his brothers Raph, Donnie, and Mikey in a fight to save the world from the terrifying alien species, the Krang. So if you guys don't know anything about this movie is going to go direct to Netflix. I know a lot of like Rise fans were worried because when the show got canceled, they were worried that the movie was also going to get canceled. Because if you guys, we talked about this in a previous podcast before, but the show was abruptly canceled, and the second season was supposed to have 26 episodes, but they cut it down to 13, and they only gave like the people working on the show 6 weeks notice that that's happening, and within that 6 weeks they actually gave the series a proper ending. With this description, what's actually cool is that we know that this episode is going to take place after this movie. This movie, I should be calling it a movie, is going to take place after the show because spoilers if you haven't seen the end of the Rise of the Ninja Turtles, but at the end of the series, Splinter makes Leonardo the leader. I mean, and he just kind of, it's out of randomness too. It's always like, oh, you're leader now. So we know it's going to be that. So that hopefully means that we get like them actually like knowing how to harness their powers, and them with their regular weapons too. For this, yes, exactly. I'm really excited about this. I know a lot of people are not excited about this. Rise is such a coin. I mean, because you either have one side or you have the other side. You have either people who really love the series, or you have like the people that are dancing on its grave right now because it ended.
But I have a feeling after this movie it changed.
I have a feeling too. I really have a feeling. And also have a feeling like this movie will probably be around like an hour. Only because of like the other direct to Netflix movies that came from Nickelodeon have been around like an hour or an hour and a half. I don't expect like production to be like this is like actual like movie production. I expect it to be okay, we have a bigger budget.
Yeah. But
not like big enough to make a difference that this is a TV show and this is a movie. But I do think this is going to be one that they're going to appease to the fans, and the fact that we have Krang coming, and we've had hints of Krang in hints of Krang in Utroms in the actual series before, and so we actually have that. Something I want to note is when the series like first started, and I wouldn't even say when it first started. By the time they revealed that Shredder was coming in the series, I really thought that the main bad guy of the series, Baron Draxum, I thought he was going to be Krang because of the way his mask was, and everything, and then especially like towards the season finale, he had his we start seeing like cracks in his mask, and it was like flashing pink, and I was thinking, oh, you know what? I think those are tentacles, and that was a big surprise to me that it was not Krang. But yeah. Now I'm curious if I am kind of curious if they're gonna treat Krang like it's gonna be like an alien race, like how he was in the 2012 series, or if it's actually a person like in the original series where it's actually one person named Krang, and not like a race of aliens named Krang. But these things will be hopefully answered hopefully soon. Hopefully this movie is gonna come out like towards like spring. I hopefully this does not. We don't have to wait until like December or November. I mean, because that's a long time to wait. But that's our Rise news. And one last thing I want to talk about, because we're talking about movie, we're talking about Rise. This one also got revealed during the holidays, and I was not going to ignore it because I felt like this was probably the most exciting news that like I really almost because of this I really almost like thought about just doing
now
like
I'm trying to guess.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make you guess. But I was really like thinking about, oh, let's just do like a random news thing just so I can like have an excuse to talk about this. But even though we didn't have a podcast going on,
Yes.
all right,
What is it?
this. All right, so we're looking at a picture of a box, and it is the Playmates Movie Star Ninja Turtles re-release that's coming exclusive to Target.
Oh, that's good. It's like the other box.
It's like the other box that we have that recently for the Mirage Turtles.
Oh.
Unfortunately, this is the only image we have. This is the only image Playmates released. They said it's coming. We just don't. We don't know when. All right. Here's the. So, if you guys haven't seen like these like van boxes, like they've done so for San Diego Comic-Con, they made a box that looked like the Turtle van, and it came with 6 figures. It came with the original Turtles and Splinter and Shredder.
Yes.
And like it was just like the re-release of those figures. And then more recently, Walmart released it, and it was them driving like April's VW Bug van, and it was this kind of same thing, except this one also came with 6 figures. It was the Mirage Turtles re-release and a repaint of Splinter and Shredder to be in that Mirage style.
Uh-huh.
So what this is going to be, it's another thing. And so this one looks like the train from The Secret of the Ooze, the second original movie.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to be a re-release of the movie star Ninja Turtle figures. And they said that there's going to be 6 in here. And I'm so curious what 6. Obviously 4 are going to be the Turtles. I mean, 100% 4 is going to be the Turtles. The only thing is, like, the other 2 had Splinter and Shredder. And, well, the only Splinter and Shredder I could think of that came out during, like, the Playmates movie line is the Super Shredder and the Splinter from the 3rd movie. And so I'm curious if those 2 are coming, or I'm curious if it's, instead of like doing like Splinter and Shredder like the other 2 have been doing, if it's going to be, instead it's going to be
Casey?
Not Casey. They never did Casey Jones, unfortunately. They did, sorry. They never did Casey Jones. They did Toka and Razar. I'm wondering if it's going to be those 2.
Which one do you prefer?
To be honest, I kind of prefer Toka and Razar. Only because those 2 are more iconic, and those two figures came out at the same time as those movie star turtles. Now, all right, so the movie star turtles, hands down, are my favorite action figures. Like growing up, what I loved about them, and this is like this is a part I'm gonna be a little worried about. So when they originally released these figures, the material was more rubber, and which means like you can actually like kind of like form their hands a little more, especially back then. Like Playmates, they make these figures and they would make the accessories that go with the figures, and it didn't fit in their hands, and that always annoyed me. And these figures came with a lot of accessories, and you can make sure that all of them fit in their hands, and I like that. Now, a few years ago, do you remember that Leonardo set I have that had?
Yes.
Yeah, and one of them is actually the movie star Leonardo. In there. Now, unfortunately, that Leonardo, he was a hard plastic, and like it wasn't that rubber material that the original figure had.
Oh, really?
And that's the only thing I'm worried about with this one. I'm afraid, because I think that hard plastic is cheaper to make than that rubber plastic.
Oh.
And I'm just really hoping that Playmates like does that original rubber plastic that they did. I mean, come on, Playmates. You advertise real movie-like feel. I mean, you got to keep that on there. But no matter what, I'm still really excited about this. I'm still getting them. I had I growing up, I never actually owned all of them. I only owned Mikey and Donatello.
Yes.
And especially like Michelangelo. Michelangelo, one of his accessories was the actual salami or cold cuts.
Uh-huh.
And I broke it because of how many times I played with it, and I'm pretty sure his nunchucks broke too because it was also plastic. It was, they didn't do the rope thing like they do now with Mikey. Like and so and I know with Donatello I'm missing a few of his accessories as well. So I'm actually really excited about this because I'm hoping it comes with all their accessories, even if it doesn't. I'm really excited just to have all of them together, because the only Leonardo I have for movie star is that from that set. Yeah, and then I also have a sealed Raphael as well, but I'd love to have like all of them, and this one I was really excited. Nothing that NECA or Super 7 they've released has got me more excited than this release right here. So I can't wait for this, and like I said, it's going to be a Target exclusive. We don't know when it's coming out, but it'll be really exciting. And that's all we have for this week. All right. So join us Thursday. We're going to be talking about the episode Green with Jealousy, and in this whole news podcast will be there, and hopefully edited that you go and hear us like, hey, is the internet out? Hold on. But yeah, you guys aren't even live, so thanks for watching on YouTube. All right, see you guys next week. Hope we don't have internet troubles then.
Bye.
Bye.